I think that the way we understand reality impacts how we live our lives. And if we understand non-dualism only from a rational point of view, we might miss the fact that it also entails a map of where to find love, happiness, peace, the things that makes life really worth living. And that's why I, in this episode, would like to dive in to another aspect of non-dualism, or consciousness-only model, which suggests that the world and everything in it, you and me, are made of consciousness. And that is to unpack the idea that if we only explore this model with our mind, it's easy to think that what we call consciousness is a blank slate, like it's kind of neutral, it's void or empty. But I'd like to suggest that that's not the case. And hear me out, because we're still doing in rational and logical spheres. We're not letting go of that as such. Because I'd like to suggest that the way this backdrop of universal consciousness, the way that's felt or the way that's expressed in us as humans, is through love, happiness, and peace. And that's not a small claim. That's quite a significant one. So why do I make that claim? Well, as always, it's not for you to believe it, but it's a perspective to explore and to see if that is the case for you as well. So where does one start? Let's start with love. Why is love central to non-dualism? Well, because non-dualism kind of is founded on the principle of unity. There is no separation. Everything is one, so to speak. And the way that's felt within us is as love. Unity is experienced as love. And that's why this poem or this expression from Rumi comes. Two lovers never truly meet. Two lovers never meet. Because when you truly love someone, you don't see them as other. There's a unity there. The absence of separation. And the absolute universal consciousness, there is no separation. And that's love. Yes. And is that what it's like for you? When you feel love for someone, not what your mind is thinking about the other person. I mean, obviously there's still a me and a you, but what's the feeling level? How's the love flowing relation, like the way you relate to the other person when you stand in love? And then let's move on to the claim of peace. Why is peace attributed to this backdrop? Well, because peace is the absence of commotion, the absence of friction, stillness. And if the world and everything in it is like an activity of consciousness, it's like a ripple or a friction, then the backdrop has to be peace, the absence of vibration, the absence of commotion. So when we kind of recognize our being as the universal one, universal consciousness, there's a peace attributed to that, a tranquility, a stillness. And that's the ever-present backdrop of our lives. Even when there's commotion happening, turmoil within us, anger, frustration, judgment, it is all resting within one field of peace. It comes from peace and it goes back from peace. And this is not to suggest that we bypass our emotions, that we pretend like they don't matter. No, it's to stay rooted in connection with the eternal peace while attending to our emotion in a way that's nourishing. Because if we don't think that there is stillness in the background, that there is an eternal backdrop of peace, we wouldn't even go look for it. Why would we? We don't go look for things we don't expect to find. So it's more like an invitation to check. How could I approach life if that was true? And then what other suggestion did I make in the beginning? Oh yeah, happiness. So troubles occur in our life by thought. Not that thought creates the life experience, but the fact that we feel troubled is because we notice it and we think about it. Oh, my bank account doesn't have enough money. Oh, my partner is behaving in a way that's not nurturing for our relationship. Oh, my boss at work is being very demanding. Whatever it is. It's like it's always thought associated with that kind of suffering. And the absence of troubles, the absence of thoughts, doesn't leave us back in a neutral state. There isn't a trouble and happiness over there, and then there's a neutral space. No, the absence of troubles leaves us back in happiness, or like a tranquil joy, satisfaction, at ease. And why does this matter? Because if we think that there's like happiness coming and going and troubles coming and going, then we think that when I have troubles, when I am tormented by life, which we can all be, I think that happiness is absent. And then there's quite a different approach to when I believe, or when I have the ability to explore, that maybe happiness isn't absent. It's the fact that I'm creating commotions with my thoughts is what's veiling happiness. It is just resting there in the background. I don't need to go find it in that sense. I just need to step away from focusing on my thoughts, and I fall back in happiness, the absence of troubles. Does that mean that my bank account gets money? I wish. It doesn't seem to work that way. But it means that I can approach the practical problems from a different energy, from like, not an energy, but from a state of fullness, where my happiness doesn't depend on me solving my financial problems. It doesn't depend on my boss becoming a different person. Happiness is resting in the background all the time. And this is what non-dualism suggests. This is non-dualism's relationship with the things that actually matters in our life. Love, peace, and happiness. I honestly don't think they're not at the center of everyone's lives. Either their absence or their abundance of those things. So love is the absence of separation. It's unity. Peace is the absence of commotion, stillness. And happiness or joy is the absence of trouble. And that's what non-dualism suggests. Or is experienced, maybe I should say. Does that mean that if you believe in another metaphysical model, another theory of reality, such as materialism, for instance, that we are separate bodies and our nervous system creates our consciousness? No, you will still feel love, happiness, and joy, and love, happiness, and peace. Because what we believe about the world, it doesn't alter the world. Like, the reality is what it is. But if we have a harsh belief that I am separate from the world, and the world has the key to my happiness, the key to my worth, and I need to earn belonging here, I will veil the fact that the world can never give me that. It doesn't come from the world. it's the ever-present background of who I am. That makes it a different quest to access it. Because if I believe that I earn love, I earn value, and I earn belonging, I will go out and try to get this from the world. But if my model of reality actually is founded on the fact that no, love, peace, and happiness is the nature of your being, then all of a sudden I will look within. I will look at what is in me right now that's veiling the fact that I am happiness and I am love. None of the belief in non-dualism or materialism changes what reality is, but it gives us a completely different roadmap to navigate our life so that we can fill it with the things that actually nourish us. So we can go to the source of the things that we long for. Or we can spend a lifetime looking for happiness in places it can never be found. And taking non-dualism for like, okay, well, that's the way it is. No, then we just add another belief. It's up to us to go verify if this map is actually true. Okay, so I'm going to test non-dualism out. If I am love, then it should be found in here. And then we go look for it. We verify. We don't just take it for a word and then we stay with that. No, it has to be explored as well. It is just a map suggesting where you can find it. And if you don't find it there, either you might have to ask someone for help on how to see it, or the map might be wrong. Either one of them could be true. So it's still an ongoing exploration. It's just following a different map, a different understanding of the terrain. The map doesn't create the terrain. It doesn't create reality. But if we stay on only exploring non-dualism from a logical perspective, we miss out on its actual jewel, on its actually potential to guide us to what makes life yummier, abundant. Yeah. Okay, I think I ran out of words there. So how does that resonate with you? Is that your lived experience or does it spark curiosity? Please do share in the comment section. Actually, this episode was an inspiration from communication with other people, such as you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration, and I hope to see you next time, my friend.